Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
Lost their top three scorers from last season, and yet, Juwan Howard, rookie coach, and he has them at 7-0. They went from unranked all the way up to number 4. What is he doing? What's happening there?
Well, Juwan Howard isn't a rookie coach. I mean, think about it. Juwan Howard had a great playing career, but Juwan Howard spent 6 years in the Miami Heat organization. Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley. He paid an apprenticeship.
And he brought that winning ways to Michigan. That Miami Heat culture to his team. And it's rubbing off on his players. And then he still got Jerome Simpson as his point guard, the floor general. Could get the young guys into it. And he got a smart veteran at a point guard position, so he had to worry about that position being out of hand because he got somebody that's running it, been there all 4 years. So he's cool in that position. And then he got that culture that's wearing off to his players.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He hired a terrific staff. Phil Martelli, former head coach, as his associate head coach. Howard Isley, a Michigan man who's terrific at working out guys. And the one great thing about NBA is that when you're an NBA coach, you focus all your time on putting players in position to play to their strengths. And that's exactly what Juwan Howard and his staff are doing. They're putting their players in position to play to their strengths. No, by the way, Xavier Simpson having an elite year, and Isaiah Livers is turning into not a good player, but a terrific player. John Teskey up front. This is a complete team. Juwan Howard was the right guy at the right time.
Right time. He got the head coach for St. Joseph being his assistant. So you got 2 good coaches on your staff. Then you got a winning coach for St. Joseph as your assistant coach to help the players out with you. And then by you spending that time up in the NBA, and you know what it is to take to be a head coach in college, because you already been at the top level. Now you at the college level coaching now, and then you had another guy that had a winning culture in his when he was a head coach. So everything is in place for Michigan. That's why Michigan is sitting at 7-0, because you got 2 good coaches.
Jalen Rose calls him the adult in the room. He is the adult in the room.
And maybe it's a small thing. Have you ever seen this team go through the handshake line? I mean, firm
right
handshake, look you right in the eye, tell you
No
good
doubt
game.
about it.
It's nice to watch. They're doing things the right
Leadership.
way. Let's get to Louisville. Rick Pitino fired a couple years ago, and now all of a sudden Chris Mack in his second season there has them at number 1. How did he get it back on track so quickly?
I think a couple things. One, he inherited a good group of players.
Yes.
He really did. Jordan Wara, who might be the player of the year this year, he inherited him. Stephen Yack, the transfer from...
It take a coach for a while to get the players to play in his system. His system was new to all these players when he first got there. So they had to adapt to that system right there, because they were so used to Rick Pitino's system. So they had to learn Chris Mack's system. Now they learned this year, and that's why they are 7-0, because they got the system down pat. They know what he's doing, what he want to run, and now they know how to play in that system.
I think it gives him a front court player. But he's also put his own stamp on this thing, all right? Rick Pitino played matchup zone and full court pressure. Chris Mack, it's talking pack line defense, keep it in front, contest shots. I mean, they run you off the three-point line. They contest everything in the lane. And then offensively, they're extremely aggressive. He's a family guy. He's created a family atmosphere. He's created a connection with his team. They're buying into his system. Hey, Rick Pitino did it his way. But right now, Chris Mack's doing it his own way, in his own environment.
Because you know there's some big shoes to fill. Rick Pitino was one of the best coaches in college. So you know there was going to be big shoes to fill. But it take players for a while to learn something new. When you hire another coach, you had to adapt to what he's trying to run now. Now he ain't going to run the Rick Pitino system, run his system. And you got to learn that. It take a year or so before you learn a new type of play style that a different coach have.
And he's done a great job with this group of players.
All right, so Michigan-Louisville, the first game, and then the second game is Duke and Michigan State. Now, Michigan State has It's Cassius. That's Cassius Winston. The Blue Devils don't have Cassius Stanley, so how do they work around his absence?
Well, look, when you think about Duke right now, you think about old school Duke, get out in the passing lanes, but they've got a difference maker in the half court, and that's Vernon Carey. Vernon Carey is a mountain masquerading as a man. He carves out space. He can target away from the defense. He can step out and knock down threes. He works hard for position. He's got a toughness offensively about him. He demands the ball, and when he catches it, he can really finish. They are playing in the half court through Vernon Carey, and he's been terrific. Now, on the other side, not so casual Cassius Winston. Cassius Winston is not good. He's terrific. He's terrific in transition, advanced passing. He's terrific coming off ball screens. And they're
Carey, he fit today's culture. He can play inside and out, and that's where he fits. He can stretch the floor, so that had the center come out to him, and that open lane up for him to drive or kick it to someone and let them drive to the basket because the cylinder is open, because you getting the rim protected away from the rim because he can stretch the floor, and then you could dump it down low to him because he can play inside out also. And then Michigan State, they top ranked because they have a smart point guard, Cassius Winston. Floor general also that could run Tom Izzo's system very well, and that's why everybody around him play good, because he's a floor general.
put Vernon Carey in a ton of ball screens. But when Cassius Winston's good, Michigan State's really good. When he struggles, they struggle because the ball's in his hand. You talk about usage rate, the ball's in Cassius Winston's hand. What he needs is to someone else to step up. I'm saying Aaron Henry today, he's got to step up and help him. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app.